And now we're going to talk about a story that has been rocking the tech YouTube and just YouTube community, the Linus Tech Tips scandal. This has been brought up to everybody's attention by Gamers Nexus, who exposed a lot of errors and potential bias that Linus Tech Tips, Linus Media Group, has shown over the last few months, or for a while now, actually.
So I did hear a little bit about this because it is everywhere.
Yes.
People. I saw a lot of headlines about this, but I didn't really go into detail. So what is happening?
So Gamers Nexus has a great video. I'll try to link it down below if you want to check out the full video, which is great. And then he has a follow-on video, which is also great.
Oh
and then
my
there's
God.
a Linus Tech Tips video, which is also, you know what it is.
There's a lot of videos.
A lot of videos by everybody.
Okay.
But if you want to hear the little synopsis from me, stay tuned. So one of the first things that was listed was that a lot of the benchmarks, the graphs that when they review something have obvious errors that in there, like this GPU or CPU shouldn't be performing the way it is. Like why is this performing 50% better than I think the one they showed, or Gamers Nexus showed, was a 4090 versus a 3090 Ti, which are graphics cards.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual difference shouldn't be as large as it is, which would then deceive consumers. If you're looking at it from a perspective should I buy the new one? And then you see a graph and it's oh, this one's 50% better. Obviously I need to get a new one because it's way better than my 3090. But now it's not actually the case. It's not that much better.
You know what's so crazy? Just about that is that for me, as a consumer of products, I would look.
Most people, yeah.
I would look if I wanted to find the difference and see which one's better. I would typically look at videos like Linus's videos and go through and do a comparison. I'd listen in and do a comparison, and maybe
100%.
that's just me.
No, I'm pretty sure it's most people.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have time to literally be going in and doing a comparison myself.
Yeah. So another YouTuber that does content that kind of similarly follows this, but it's in a different way, is the Doug DeMuro YouTube channel, where he goes and reviews cars, and he does all the little features and everything. So as a viewer or someone who's going to potentially buy that car, you would look at it and be okay, now he's going through everything that I would want to see in the car, and I can make my judgment instead of going to the dealer lot and checking out there and having the pressure. I can just watch the video and see a bunch of the stuff and see if that's what I want.
Yeah, exactly. That's what review channels are made for.
Yeah.
It's literally going and being oh, okay, this guy, I would have imagined, went and did his thorough research on everything and did benchmarked it as to what is expected.
Yeah, it's without any bias. But it's been noted that Linus's channel has kind of pivoted in a way to a more review professional, I guess, setting. Previously, I guess they've been more marketed as an entertainment channel, a tech entertainment YouTube channel. I don't know if you have watched enough of it to kind of see that or not. It's more of entertainment. He definitely tries to keep it light, but I do think that some of the videos need to be a bit more just to the point. I mean, they do have a brand where it's kind of goofy and he drops stuff and he drops stuff. They make it a little bit on the jank side of things versus making it most perfect thing. But I do think it doesn't give enough for the consumer when they view it to see it in that sense.
Yeah. So the thing for me is when you mentioned that, you did mention that there is a discrepancy between things that he is reviewing and the benchmarks he has compared to what others have shown. And that's, for me, as a person going to find a review, because I'm assuming that most of these people aren't necessarily they're there to see, should I buy this product? And if that's not being the case, then
I think in terms of his community, I think the community at large follows because it's Linus.
That's interesting.
I think it's a weird thing where like, because they get very stable views in terms of like million plus views on every video, or
That
like
is
maybe I
true.
may not be every video, but like a lot of videos are very high view count, no
Yeah.
matter what. So it's very stable. From at least what I've seen, because I guess full disclosure, I pretty much like watched most of their videos because I think
Yeah.
it's definitely entertaining. I think it's fun, but a lot of the videos in question from Gamers Nexus I've actually watched. The one video in question that was like very contentious was a Billet Lab video where they were supposed to test this specific water block,
Prototype, right?
prototype water
Yeah.
block. And for those who don't know, a water block in this context is like they get the GPU, which runs the graphics of a computer, and then they put a different type of heatsink to take the heat away from the component, and it uses water. So Billet Lab is I guess a boutique water cooling solution or a cooling solution for PC parts. And this product was definitely made for the upper end of that type of like the PC part enthusiast. It's like
Yeah.
it's not made for everybody.
It was
but-
made for a specific customer.
Yeah.
Yes.
and a specific card. So originally the specs for the card were for a 3090 Ti. That's different than what they tested on. And what they tested on was a 4090, which is a
Yeah.
different card completely. So it like between each one, like okay, a graphics card is a graphics card, but it might not be the same because the die, which is like the little chip on the card, could be different size. It could be located differently. Like there could be different things on the thing that, it's different.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the 4090 is the newer one.
Yes.
Yes.
So Billet Lab tested on the 3090 and did not. They said that it may or may not. Like they don't know the results because they didn't test it.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, the testing turned out really bad.
Hmm.
And he didn't want to spend the time or money to retest it on the correct card.
So this is the part where I had heard and
Yes.
saying that it was like $500
Yes.
to test it on a 3090, which he didn't end up doing.
No. So he was saying that like it wouldn't have mattered because overall he put his opinion into the matter was that he believed that the product, because it was so expensive, was an egregious waste of money, is his quote. So retesting it wouldn't have mattered because it's nobody should buy it. His like opinion.
Okay, so now I'm remembering why I was a little
Why you're so upset? Yeah.
why I was so upset is because the reason people review is because of these different scenarios that could happen
Yeah.
where not everyone has a 4090, but they could buy this thing. So I'm just saying it's like he should have done the testing on probably every scenario that he possibly could, in a sense where it's like, okay, you saying that this is a 3090,
It
you
should
have
have
the
been, yeah.
4090.
Yeah.
Yes. So why not test it on both? I mean, it's $500. I'm assuming he's a multimillionaire.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
to add fuel to the fire, Linus Tech Tips, the corporation was valued at $100 million because
Yes,
they were
ex-
offered.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was upset. I was like, you literally are not spending $500 to test on this one device.
Or like retested, or because like they could have had that, but also like included like a corrected segment with like
'Cause
the
I-
actual thing that they tested for.
I cannot imagine testing being that long. I cannot like the thing is like I know testing would take a little bit of time, but I cannot imagine that it would take so much time where they do not want to go through and test it on a different machine because you already tested it once and
Yeah.
it's like I'm assuming that you could test it again on another machine with this. Yeah, I don't know. I
I think they should have. So I think they should not have tested it in the first place.
Oh.
Yeah. So because it's not what it was made to do. They didn't say they tested it on like they didn't validate it like themselves that it worked well.
Okay.
So like the thing that people were upset about, and I think myself as well, is that like this company, Billet Labs, is not a huge corporation. Like this is like their
Oh, it's a small company.
It's a small company.
Oh no.
So it gets worse.
Oh my God, no.
So they're a small company, and then you go in and like completely trash it, but you completely trash it without testing it appropriately. Like you didn't give it a fair shot to like prove that it was good, at least in doing what it's supposed to do. Like by testing it incorrectly, it shows that like, oh, this thing doesn't even cool properly. It's like, well, it doesn't cool properly on a device it's not meant to cool.
Oh no, that's not good.
The worst part comes next is that they wanted their water cooler back, their prototype back. And then they said they would give it back, and then multiple emails went back and forth. And then at their convention, the LTX convention, they raffled it or they auctioned it away.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah. So like on that part, they've explained in their own video that it was a mistake on a lot of different parts, but like, and they offered to give a full like value refund for the product. But I mean, I think like the damage was already done, like in terms of saying that nobody should buy it, and stuff like that. I'm like, that's tough.
Yeah, because he's giving out negative consumer sentiment on this product that was first off a prototype, second off not meant for the machine that it was supposed to be run on.
Yeah.
And then he auctioned it off.
And then they for charity, but I mean,
yeah, but still, I mean, it's not a good look to be doing all of this. And I think it's what was the reasoning on why first off you would even do something like this?
Auction it off?
No, just in general, even test it if it wasn't like, what's your opinion
so
on this?
So in the Gamers Nexus video, he kind of did more like in-depth research, which is not really that hard because prior to that, Linus Media Group had a employee survey, and in that survey, they reveal that they felt that they were under heavy pressure to get videos out like constantly. If you look at how many videos they put out in a week, it's a lot of videos between all the different channels.
So full disclosure, I do not watch. I watch like maybe one Linus Tech tip video like a month.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
so I watch like multiple.
Yeah, you watch a lot. Yeah,
multiple a week.
Yeah.
So like so they have their main channel, Linus Tech Tips. Then they have their other one, Short Circuit, which is more of like a unboxing experience. And then they have the WAN show is part of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say their podcast.
That's part. Yeah. The podcast is part of
their other one.
Yeah, but then they also have a MAC address, which is like a Mac centric.
This is a lot already. Yeah. Let me just tell you that. Yeah.
But
I could see why some people would be.
Yeah, Short Circuit is daily videos because it's just like daily news on tech.
Yeah.
And LMG or the Linus main account does daily videos as well.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So it's quite a bit of videos.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like quite a bit of videos.
So they felt a pressure to do that. In return, the quality went down. So there's a lot of breakdown in terms of like communication and other things, and the quality was like pushed aside to increase volume. And a lot of these things were tried. Like they tried to like fix it, but they didn't go through enough effort to fix it because it's like, oh, instead of editing the video, they'll just put like a text in the thing saying like, oh, just kidding, it's actually this number or like.
Yeah.
But if you're only listening to it, you wouldn't.
I only listen to videos sometimes. I literally just turn my phone upside down and just listen to videos.
Oh, interesting. So it's like a podcast?
Yeah, so I kind of see it like a podcast because some of these things, like if I'm listening to Linus, I just put him on and just listen to what he has to say. Yeah. And just listen audibly to the reviews because that's how I like to digest content sometimes. Yeah.
So if you like this type of content or like news about, I guess, YouTube or other topics, we come out with videos daily, and we'd appreciate you joining our journey. So if you want to see more, consider liking and subscribing.
Yes, we have a library of over 100 videos, so I'm pretty sure there's something in there that you probably will like. We do actually have another Linus Tech Tip video, thinking about it.
Yeah, when he stepped down as CEO.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
So now he's a visionary guy, and then all this stuff happened. But the last note for those of you who stayed this long is that he goes and calls XQC, I guess apparently at like 6 a.m. And he called him, and then like XQC revealed this in a during a stream, and he's like, oh, you know what? I think it's funny. I'll reveal it. So he reveals this, and he gets a call from Linus like 6 a.m. or something like that, early in the morning, and Linus is like, it was you. Now it's me in terms of controversy. So XQC is controversy, and now it's him.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, dang,
that's crazy.
That is pretty funny how all this rolls around.
It all loops back to XQC. But oh my god, that's
crazy. I thought it was pretty funny. But I think the whole situation is kind of bad. But the position of Linus Media Group, LTT, and that type of thing as being a like driving force in the tech community, the YouTube space, and stuff like that, and bringing legitimacy to that type of stuff. Legitimacy as in like making more than just a single creator, now making going from one single creator to now a full-fledged corporation with now a new CEO with
that's
$1 million,
with
$100 million valuation. I think that brings a lot of like, like hope in terms of like people coming up in the space. Like that could be something you could do in the future.
That is true.
So in terms of like visionary aspect and, like growth and like pushing the envelope for what content creators can do, making new paths for sponsorship deals, etc. I think Linus Media Group has done wonders for that type of thing and like building connections in that sense. But now that they are now more, I guess, corporate, it's definitely a weird balancing act. And I think it's going to be interesting going forward how the situation plays out. But I do hope that they emerge all right and like address the concerns that the community and others have, because I do think it's definitely important when you're influencing millions of people on like purchases that may or may not be correct. And
yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree with you on that one. Yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting in the coming months and even the coming weeks what's going to be happening. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we will wait and we will see.